Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you the 3 most powerful realizations that we can have towards receiving more and allowing more with the law of attraction. Now, in order to give ourselves the ability to really understand what I'll be sharing with you, I want to first kind of put it into context of understanding a whole new view on the law of attraction. Now, I know I've talked about it before, but it's such a powerful understanding that we don't always get in our life that which we want, but we always get who we are being. So what this means is depending upon the beliefs that we have about who we are, depending upon the definitions we have, that will shape and color the way that we see the world. So the power in this is understanding that the law of attraction is always working at full capacity in the same way that the law of gravity is always working. We don't speed up the law of gravity, but what we can do is release the resistance that we might have that is holding us back. So in the same way that maybe we have like a skydiver, when the skydiver is getting closer and closer to the ground, it releases a parachute that causes the resistance from actually hitting the ground. But in the same way with the law of attraction, we can let go of the resistance in a positive way, understanding that when we let go of resistance, we then allow more flow and abundance into our life. Now, the first tip that I have for you guys is understanding how important it is to generate the state of being that we want to receive and allow that which we want to experience into our life. So the state of being that we're in is constantly picking different probable experiences that we could have. And based upon how we're feeling, it's going to determine what we experience. So let's give an example. One thing I hear a lot from people is people understanding how they can attract the girlfriend that they want or the boyfriend that they want into their life. Well, understand that sometimes the state of being that they're in, the frame that they're coming from, is from beating the drum and thinking to themselves that that person is not here yet, that they don't feel whole and complete, and because of that, that person isn't coming into their life. But if they were to simply give themselves the love that they would have to experience, or if they would visualize that person already being there and feel the emotions of what it would feel like to have that perfect person in their life, they'll then see that that will be something that they can experience. It's more likely that that opportunity will become visible to them because then they're existing in that energy state of being. So this is more about recreating the kind of emotions that we want to experience that which we want in our life. Now, I found that one of the most powerful ways to do this is through visualization. Because the mind does not know the difference between what it imagines to what it is actually experiencing, what we can do is do visualization. And we can do this for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, but visualize us being the person that we prefer to be. And understanding that with that visualization, what we can then begin to do is start to feel the emotions of what it would feel like to have that which we want. Now, the more repetitively that we do that, the more likely we are to literally wire that into our state of being. The repetition will make it habitual for us, and that will start to be who we are. Now, a powerful tip for this that I have found is doing this right before we go to bed at night. Now, the reason for this is when we go to bed at night, we're going from a beta alpha state, which are the brainwave activities of the natural, like, awake state of beings. We're then going into a theta and delta state. Theta delta state is closer to the subconscious mind. So if we want to influence the subconscious mind, feel the emotions of what you prefer right when you're going to bed at night. And as you drift on into sleep, it's like you impact your subconscious mind in a much more powerful way, and you wire that state of being into who you are. This is one of the most powerful tools that I have found to really change the self-image about who I am and to become the best version of myself. Now, The second tip that I have to receive more and to allow more into your life is realize that your definitions about who you are, your definitions about how your day is going, is shaping the way your day turns out. So this is about getting to the core of what we believe to be true about ourselves and even about our day, and letting go of that which we don't prefer. So understand that what you want to experience in your life is doing everything it possibly can to get to you. The only reason you might not be experiencing it is because you're holding on to a definition that doesn't serve you. And anything that you don't want to experience in your life is doing everything it can to get away from you, but the only reason you might be experiencing it is because you're holding on to it. So the power in this is realizing that with the law of attraction, it's more about letting go of what doesn't serve us and letting in that which we do prefer. But understand the letting go is important because it's like we have to let room for what we want in, so we have to let go of what doesn't serve us. So an example of this is sometimes I'll go into work, and if it's slow within the first hour, I might become attached to a justification that it's just a slow day. But I realize that if I let go of that attachment, if I let go of that definition, I then allow myself to then shift to other probabilities where customers come in and it's busier. Because I let go of what doesn't serve me, I then have an ability to let in that which I want to experience. So realize we have much more ability to actually influence what we experience through how we define ourselves to be. Now, the third part and the third tip that can really allow us to experience more in our life, to receive more in our life, is about aligning ourselves to a larger purpose, about realizing that we must give more in order to receive more. And this is why we have books like Think and Grow Rich that talks about how having a definite purpose of what we want is important, but also having a way of giving that which we want to experience. So giving value to other people will allow us to then shift ourselves to receiving more in our life. Now, I found this is a very powerful way also for connecting to other people. So when I go into work, if I have a genuine intention to give value to other people, whether that's through emotional states of being, so being in a powerful positive state and letting that leak onto other people because it's contagious, or actually adding value with the business that I'm in, what I found is that aligns to the intentions of other people. So other people that come into my store, for example, they're coming in with the intention of buying and with the intention of being helped. If I have the genuine intention of helping them, it's like those intentions are in alignment. But if my intention is I'm looking at other people as a stepping stone to get closer to the paycheck that I want, if I have that kind of intention, I find that because it's so egocentrically focused, it's almost like other people can feel that off of me, and my energy goes from being contagious to being retractive. So when I do that and I allow myself to expand myself as to how can I add value to other people, how can I give more, it's like a natural byproduct of that is I then experience, I receive more because I'm naturally giving. You can give in the form of a contagious type energy. You can give in the form of the actions that you do. Just realize that when you have a genuine intention and when you have a larger purpose, things happen easier for you. So I believe that giving more is one of the most powerful ways that we can receive more. And if we simply put ourselves in the intention of helping other people, of realizing that we're all connected, and when we help someone else, we're actually helping ourselves. So remember, you can change the definitions you have about who you are, that as you begin to do that, you begin to then have a new type of experience. When you change your state of being, you then allow yourself to get a reflection of who you are being. You can recreate the state that you prefer. The more that you do it, the more repetitive that you do it, the more likely it is to become a part of who you are. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, share it if you found it of value, and as always, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace, much love, namaste. All right, bye.